Meghan is a professional when it comes to putting on an act, but sometimes her mask slips. Here are 25 times Meghan Markle's mask slipped. Just wait for number 19, because that one is the most shocking and hilarious at the same time. Meghan lives for the camera lens, and when she is set to use one of the lenses, she dislikes anyone distracting her. At the Sundance Film Festival, it was time for pictures. She was surrounded by kids who wanted to take photos with her. Everyone was set, but a kid raised her leg. Meghan had already plastered her practice smile on her face, but when the kid raised her leg, the smile she wore suddenly disappeared, and she frowned, giving the vibe of, "Why are you ruining my picture?" Why would she react like that to the action of a child? Meghan was on a royal engagement with the Queen, and when the crowd saw the Queen, they started cheering. At first, when the Queen was looking, Meghan was smiling. But as soon as the Queen stopped looking in Meghan's direction, Meghan's smile faded instantly, and she wore the serious face she once had on. She was expecting the crowd to cheer for her too, but she was disappointed that the cheers were not directed at her but only toward the Queen, so her mask slipped badly. Meghan was giving a speech when Oprah Winfrey walked in to sit down. Her arrival disrupted the speech and made Meghan disorganized. Instead of arranging herself and continuing smoothly, she tried to tell the staff to remove Oprah by pointing at them, but that couldn't happen. Her mask immediately slipped. She was annoyed that Oprah walked in, but she just continued speaking, and what she was saying was no longer making much sense. This interview was going well until Meghan's co-actress, Sarah Rafferty, made a huge mistake. Sarah decided to chip in a thing or two during the conversation, and the spotlight was removed from Meghan. Meghan's head whipped around when Sarah dared to speak, and her expression turned to stone. Meghan was on a visit with Harry, and she was talking and making her suggestions like she normally does. Immediately, Harry thought it was wise to drop a point or two into the conversation while she was still speaking. This did not go down well with her. You could instantly see how the mask slipped. She was annoyed that Harry cut her off in the middle of the conversation. The slip was so obvious and could not be denied because she was visibly angry. At the centenary event, one of the last events Meghan attended before leaving royal duties, Princess Catherine was greeting top officials before proceeding inside. Instead of Meghan doing the same, her mask slipped, and she gave a very intense stare. It seemed she was not happy with what Princess Catherine was doing. Meghan was in a conversation when an older lady tried to chip in with a suggestion. She was not happy with this. Instead of listening, her facial expressions clearly show that she does not like it when someone else speaks. She was annoyed that the spotlight shifted from her to the older lady. During the Australia tour in 2018, a group of people came to greet Meghan and Harry. Instead of giving them the respect they deserved, Meghan stared intensely at them. The smile plastered on her face vanished quickly, and there was another mask slip. Her pretense is top-notch. Meghan and Harry were in conversation with some polo players. She suddenly started laughing intensely and grabbed Harry's hand. And I don't know why she suddenly stopped laughing, and the intense smile turned into a frown. Seriously, why does she do this? In 2014, during the USO holiday tour, while Meghan was on stage singing White Christmas, nobody was paying attention to her. Meghan was mumbling, and people even noticed that she did not know the song. It got so extreme that her mask slipped completely. She could not wait for everything to end so she could get off the stage. In 2016, Meghan was in an interview. Even before she was asked a question, everything seemed to irritate her. By the time the interviewer asked the question, her mood had already shifted. She was answering because she had to. She is regarded as the queen of mood swings. This tops the slips of the day. She claims to be good friends with Rick Hoffman, but her reaction suggested otherwise. Rick was talking, and all the attention was on him. Instead of acknowledging him, her mask slipped. The glare she shot at him when he was not looking was obvious. You could feel how irritated she was. She was in an interview with Shape magazine in 2013, and during the interview, she could not hide her annoyance even for a single minute. When asked what her energy boost was on set, she was shaken by the question, and her mask slipped. You could clearly see how irritated she was by the question thrown at her.
You have very long hours sometimes. What do you do when you're on set and you need like an energy boost? What's your go-to?
At an event, Meghan was already upset but trying to conceal it. When she turned toward the camera, the mask had already slipped. She loves the camera, but when she turned and looked at people, her expression showed real feelings. During their engagement video, Meghan showed one of the biggest slips of all time. She was looking for a way to interrupt Harry while he spoke. Suddenly, Meghan stopped smiling and looked at him as if to say, "How dare you speak while I have not spoken yet?"
Comes with the job, comes with the role, but
Well,
where possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were able to really get to know each other that way.
Meghan is not very interested in scientific discussions. When science was brought up, her mask slipped. Instead of listening and learning, she quickly redirected the conversation back to her project. The slip lasted only a second, but the camera caught it all. Meghan loves the spotlight, and when Harry steps into it first, she becomes visibly upset. You could see how fast the smile left her face and how quickly she began frowning.
How many other guys and girls are adults in the room?
During the Los Angeles fire incident, people were losing their properties. Someone hugged Harry, and Meghan watched the hug closely. You could see how she lost her composure quickly because she probably wanted to hug that person so she could be in the spotlight. When an interviewer asked Harry about how much he knew about Meghan before meeting her, Harry forgot to lie. Maybe he was supposed to say that Meghan was her dream girl, but instead he said that he didn't know her at all. And then just look at the reaction of Meghan.
So how much did you, Prince Harry, know about Meghan? Had you seen her on TV?
No, I'd never even heard about her until this friend said Meghan Markle. I was like,
Right. Okay. Give me a bit of background. What's going on here? So no, I'd never watched Suits. I'd never heard of Meghan before, and I was.
Now, this is the one I find most creepy. The look she gives to the Archbishop during her wedding just sends chills down your spine. And when she becomes aware that her mask has slipped, she suddenly breaks eye contact and changes her expression. Now, being forgetful isn't a crime, but Meghan seems to think it is. During an interview, the host forgot her name and even mixed up the show she starred in. Instead of laughing it off, Meghan reacted with a glare that shocked not only the interviewer, but also the cameraman capturing the moment. Fortune Most Powerful Women Summit. Allegedly, Meghan paid $13,000 just to be on the speaker's list rather than being invited as an honored guest. She spun her appearance as proof she was among the most sought-after women in the world. But then came the jab. Fortune editor Ellen McGritt implied Meghan wasn't the most powerful person in that room. Meghan's demeanor changed instantly. She looked annoyed, pouting, and unable to hide her displeasure.
Moment of reckoning. You're not the only powerful woman, even in this community, who has had a sitting president take a shot at you, mobs.
She attended with Harry. Harry was taking all the spotlight and talking to people, and she was just left doing nothing. This didn't go well with Meghan Markle. She got angry and stared so intensely at Harry. That kind of stare could make anybody burn, but she didn't mind. She was so pissed. During a walkabout greeting mourners outside Windsor Castle, Meghan was just being Meghan. An aide walked up to her from behind to help her hold the flowers, and instead of responding respectfully, she turned around abruptly and reacted with what many described as a quick, annoyed flick and pointing gesture before turning back to the crowd. Her mask slipped, and her gesture was filled with irritation and dismissiveness. From her reaction, it didn't look like she was there for the people. It looked more like, "Don't distract me, I'm performing." Respect is often expected when someone senior is speaking, but Meghan reacts differently the moment she feels disrupted. As soon as the older woman began talking out of sequence, Meghan's expression hardened instantly. Her glare was sharp, cold, and unmistakably irritated. Age didn't matter, nor did what the woman was trying to say. What mattered was control of the moment. Meghan wanted the attention back where she believed it belonged. And as always, expressions tell the real story. There you have it. 25 times Meghan Markle's mask slipped. What number caught your attention? Let us know in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.